It's July 21st, 2013, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 386 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foilman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshie. Hello, Welshie. Good morning, I should say.
Hello.
Hello. And also with us is Strider. Hello, Strider.
Hey everybody.
Hey, so before we actually fully right on full-blown begin, we're recording this live. There will be topics that we are discussing. You can follow along. You know, whenever the show is released, you go over to modsonair.com and bam, there they are. And you could end up with some other links that are showing up into the chat window. I don't recommend you click on them because I don't know who's posted them. But, you know.
We get the occasional spammer drops in here and
yeah,
advertises a porn site. And if you're not getting laid now, clicking on a link is not going to get you laid later. Seriously. Think about it before you click. That's our PSA.
That's our service announcement for the week.
There is a slim possibility of there being some adult language or themes. So, so yeah, run for the hills. Okay.
Slim possibility, eh?
Okay. Have a bunch of topics to talk about. No particular order, just sort of winging it a little bit here. So let's talk about what's been going on in the week in gaming news, and you know what, a little bit of technology and stuff that's all related to what we do here. Microsoft Surface, you know, that's one of the things we talk about since it is, unfortunately, a gaming platform of sorts. Microsoft Surface is supposedly not doing so well with their sales. They are having some issues. What's going on is, if anybody knows anything about the way that the industry of products as well as books work, the idea is that the manufacturer makes a whole bunch of them and sort of sells them to these outlets, the stores, and the stores try and sell them to you, and whatever they don't sell, they get lucky enough to return back to the original manufacturer. Well, I think this article is trying to tell us that most of them were returned.
$900 million.
I could have told you that.
They weren't expecting that. So at first, you had all these great numbers of sales, because that's how many they sold to the retail stores, and then they usually forget to follow it up.
The way it works is they'll give companies like Microsoft will say, all right, Best Buy, here is 1 million units. Mm-hmm. Distribute them throughout your network, and Walmart, here's 1 million units, distribute them throughout your network and sell them. And they didn't bill the companies for them because the companies, they want, you know, Microsoft wants the companies to sell their products. So they say, all right, you're getting this product without
you pay us for when you sell them.
And now they're like, okay, they're not selling, you want them back, or you want to, you know what? And so there's the $900 million worth.
Because they're useless?
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in playing with it when I walk by them in the store.
No.
That's a problem, Microsoft. It's definitely a problem. They're having all sorts of problems. Here's another one. Here is, I'm going to just follow the order that's here. Should I even follow this order? Because it's quite an interesting order.
Sure, why not? This is a mod. Did you grab the video?
Yes, I did. Okay, so we have a mod for Skyrim that somebody put together. That took a little while to write, you could say. You know, if I numbered these, I'd be able to figure out where they are located. Here we go. So this kid took 2,000 hours, which is understandable, to put together this mod along with a bunch of his, well, I'm assuming a bunch of his friends, because he got a bunch of people to do some voiceovers and help him with some of the stuff that's going on in here. And the purpose of this, which, you know, makes a lot of sense, it really does, is he's trying to put together a resume saying, hey, Bethesda, right?
Yep.
Will you please hire me because look what I can do. Now, I don't know if this particular mod is says enough, because from what I can tell, it's really just a rewrite of scripts, isn't it?
Well, no, he's created a mod that adds 25 hours of gameplay to Skyrim, and he's created a new landmass that's about a third as big as the original map.
Okay, that I missed. Yeah.
He employed 29 voice actors to record new dialogue, so that you wouldn't keep hearing the arrow to the knee, and recruited over 100 people to help him, pull this off. So, you know what? I don't know if he's applying to get a job as, I just want to be a mapper or anything like that. When you pull something like this off, that to me says, all right, you could project manage. You could actually see something from start to end. Yeah. And I think that's the type of position he's applying for at Bethesda. And as a 19-year-old, shit, that's pretty ambitious, and it's pretty good.
Yep, and there's a lot of shout-outs to his father there for letting him stay in the house while he did this.
But yeah, it's a pretty ambitious project, and he wants to work for Bethesda. So he said, "Hey, Bethesda, look what I can do. I did this. It took me a year. What do you got?"
Oh, what's it called exactly? Falscar. Falscar.
Yep.
Falskaar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Bethesda has any sense, they'll 1, hire him, and 2, put this out as DLC.
No, because it's available right now.
Well, yeah, but it's free. I mean, so they just incorporate it into the game.
They could.
His mod is longer than the last 12 games that came out.
Yeah.
I'll just Call of Duty. I'm still pissed about that with Black Ops. 4.5 hours.
I don't know what you expected.
More, at least 5 hours. I mean, Jesus. And I dawdled on that game. I looked around.
I remember when you could get something free from Steam if you clicked off. You had to have so many games on your wish list. I think 10 games or some crap. I don't remember what we were doing there, but you had to do it if you wanted whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I went through and I click. Now I'm getting these fucking emails. A game on your wish list is on sale. Modern Warfare 3 for half off. I'm like, yeah, it's still not worth $20. Like, come on. How about you pay me $20 and I'll consider taking it.
And even then, it's still...
Yeah, I might not download it.
Yeah, a lot of Steam sales this week, and I think they're better than last year. They're better
than last year, but it's that same problem of I bought everything during the first original one.
Yeah, so it's not as exciting anymore.
It's just I own that, I own this, I already own that, I already own that.
Yep.
I have so many unplayed titles in my life.
So do I.
That I can't justify purchasing a game just because it's cheap. I've got a real hard time with that right now.
I may have accidentally bought some things.
Accidentally, you were drunk and used that app, didn't you?
From your Steam app.
I've still somehow managed to avoid doing that.
I use the app, and I'll tell you why I use the app for Steam. It's because it works at the time that they're all released, whereas the website does not.
I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, as soon as the Steam sale changes up all the titles and you try and head over to there's a whole bunch of broken pages. If you're using Steam or if you're using your browser. But when I'm using the app, I don't have that issue.
Hell yeah, Amorphous. Get all drunk. Well, first install the Steam app and make sure that your credit card information and your Steam account login is all stored in your phone. Then get all drunked up. And then you can buy gifts for all your friends.
That is the exact reason why I haven't installed it. Because I will go out, I will get very, very drunk, and then wake up the next morning and have like 65 copies of Nancy Drew to...
and you will have sold like 30 copies of Killing Floor because you were so certain that as soon as you got home that night, you were going to play with everyone in the bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So jumping back over to what's going on with Elder Scrolls, there is some news. I have to just keep some topics together here. Elder Scrolls is going on with their online gameplay, and there's some stuff going on in the news here saying that it is primarily going to be geared towards group gameplay. But solo areas will exist, so I'm expecting this to play very much like Guild Wars 2.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't. Because Elder Scrolls, they don't. In order for it to play like Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2, it has to be an MMO, and Elder Scrolls does not want that. They want that.
But that's what Elder Scrolls Online is.
Well, no, isn't it basically just the Skyrim but online?
It's Skyrim Online that you can maybe have someone else in with you, but none of the stuff that you do co-op. This is what I've heard. None of the stuff that you do co-op actually counts towards the person that's not the first one in the instance. So if say the three of us go and we walk into an instance, you guys joined on me. I get credit for that instance. You two do not. So we'll have to do it again with Welshie being the leader of the group, and then again Foil being the leader of the group. It's like a fake-assed co-op. It's horrible. All they've done is they've taken the single player, which is all Elder Scrolls is, and said, okay, we'll allow somebody else to connect remotely to it, but have no effect on it. I believe that's the way Fable did it, and that's why Fable did. You remember we played Fable for a bit, and it was something along those lines, where you could run around in the other person's instance, but you couldn't affect anything for your own personal character.
But still, I thought that was a little bit of. I thought we had some fun in Fable, didn't we? Even if that was the case. Didn't we all play a little bit of that together?
We did. We played it. We played it, and we tried to figure out some things. And there was achievements, and we had to you could marry a whole bunch of people. You could be. I can't remember what the word is for that.
Yeah, that's right. You and I got married.
Yeah, it was.
And then they started playing the game.
We had. Ball of sun, burn him.
All right. Well. That's going on.
Fable was good. It wasn't a game that, and I think it was good because there was absolutely nothing else out at that time. Like absolutely nothing else.
You know what actually put me off it the most was the fact that it was using Windows Live.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass too. In fact, that's why I had to get a Windows Live account. Was to play that fun.
Jeez. Windows Live. Yeah.
It's for Windows Live.
Something else to run in the background.
We can only do so much in the time we have. Consoles plus PC plus Mac felt like something we could really.
I'm waiting for the EA game release that requires Origin and Steam and Windows Live to all run back at the same time.
Well, they're saying it's gonna move away from repetitive grinding. How are you gonna do that?
I swear, I just read that it's gonna be cross-platform, like PC, PlayStation, Mac.
Well, if you can just jump in and not really affect much, then why not?
It's pretty easy as it turns out. We didn't have to change the gameplay or the controls very much.
Oh, good. We put it on the PC, but we didn't really have to do anything. It was
yeah. We didn't have to do anything at all. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go back in line here.
I just couldn't get into Skyrim. And I know there's people that are going to be like screaming at me, going, "What? It was." I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't.
I enjoyed it, but I couldn't. I had trouble sticking with it. I played I played more than half.
I think the problem was I sunk a good 40 hours into it, and then something else came out.
Yep, that's what happened to me. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but I do know that as soon as that happened, I realized that I was kind of done with the game, so I started looking for mods and then cheats and just fooling with it and seeing how you could break it and really destroy it. It was fun.
all of this occurs in real time.
Okay. It is single player, so.
Sorry,
the
we
first
were
one.
unable to connect to chat. Reconnecting in 0 seconds.
I can't even get in. I just got the weird lines going.
The game comes out spring 2014.
Okay.
for PC, Xbox One,
This next one was one that
PlayStation 4.
Ham, who couldn't be here, told us had to be in the topics list.
Oh yeah, it tells us there's topics and it doesn't even show up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
That's exactly
bacon.
what happens.
Tell ya.
So there's one out there called Ravensdale. I think that's this game, right? Who's back on Kickstarter. And what's happened is they were on Kickstarter originally, and they didn't get funded. They realized that it was just they were asking for too much, nothing was going on, and they decided to leave. And they came back again and said, "Okay, let's try again." What? No, what?
No, they had a successful project.
I thought they didn't. I thought there was
Diana
something wrong with it.
Sisters, Twisted Dreams. They developed it. It was successful. It was released last year. This is the point. He's making the point that we said all along about Kickstarter. If you are a successful publishing company, i.e., you've published something, your idea can no longer be something that you need funding for. You should have had enough success off of your first item to guarantee your development of a second item. Or if your first one was not successful, i.e., you didn't make any fucking money, then why the fuck would you make a second thing? It's like saying, here, I'm going to develop this mouse and it's going to do this. And everybody says, hey, that mouse is awesome. Let's do that. And so then you get all this money to develop this mouse and you say, here's the mouse. It's successful. Here you go. And people buy the mouse and yada, yada, yada. And then you come up with this idea. It's like, hey, I want to make a mouse with a pen on it. Why? Well, because I want to make a mouse with a pen on it. It's like Mouse 2.0. You know, it's the newest iteration of a mouse. Okay, well, based on your success with the first mouse, you should be able to develop that on your own. No, you want crowdfunding again. You're paying for the product twice. Kickstarter is fucking atrocious. It is an atrocious way for companies to not have any commitment or any liability, and especially no. What's the word where you have to give something back, like you're providing something for something. You've got no
Barter?
no
Culpability, is it? Is that even a word?
You've got no liability to give back for what you're getting. And that's unfortunately the way Kickstarter is. It's
repercussion.
It's being used for the wrong thing. You shouldn't be allowed to put something on Kickstarter if you're successful.
What's successful?
If you're a successful developer of anything, even if it's developing hardware, software, if you're a home-based inventor, and you've come up with this idea, that's what Kickstarter's for. It's like what's that show with those four douchebags? Dragon's Den. It's like Dragon's Den. You've got this idea. I want to make it work. Kickstarter is Dragon's Den. It's not for something that's proven or been already done.
It'd be like, which I'm sure is going to happen soon. It'd be like EA putting Battlefield on Kickstarter. I'd be like,
You mean putting one on there, and then Battlefield 2, and then Battlefield 3 on there, and continuing that way?
Well, I think the point I'm making is the fact that, like, you shouldn't be putting stuff on there if you already made, like, $12 billion last year.
Yeah, what do you need crowdfunding for?
Yeah, the whole point of the crowdfunding thing was to get stuff on there that most likely would never have been made, never been seen, because the people that were making it didn't have, they're just three guys in a basement. They don't have a studio, but when you start seeing things like this where they've got like a full studio already and like 1,500 employees, it's just like, shouldn't you just be like, doing this yourself?
Yeah, and see, that's your statement right there, Foil. They've got over 1,000 backers for $32,000. They want 500,000. You've already developed and released a game. If you're going to carry on that Guyana title or franchise that you're trying to make, this Guyana, storyline, if people wanted to play it, you should have made enough money off the first one to justify making a second one. Or it's not justified. Stop getting everybody to do everything for you, and we'll stop getting crap. Not saying anything about this project in particular. I've never played the game Guyana, whatever. But it, on the whole, Kickstarter is a sham. And we've said this before. It is just horrible. It is not being used for what it if it would have been used for what it should have been used for. You know, some dude's like, I've got this brilliant idea on how to make a better mousetrap, and it's actually going to work, blah, blah, blah. Here's the reason. Everybody looks at it on Kickstarter is like, yeah, I can back that. It's not enterprise. If it's enterprise, then you're showing a profit. Are you becoming a shareholder by giving away to these people that are panhandling for your dollars?
But now, isn't this exactly what other studios do? They go to the publisher and say, we want your backing to
yeah, but that's the
that
difference.
cost that cost is covered with the price that we have to pay for the product that we receive.
Mhm.
You don't go to a crowdsourced funding. You're essentially, these douchebags are siphoning money away from legitimate projects that could benefit from this. If you've got If I've got $500 and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this $500, I may distribute it in pieces, but whatever. I'm going to distribute it to all these different things. You've got... I'm going to distribute it to any one of these things, you know, for whatever reason I've decided in my mind that I'm going to be a crowdsource funder, because I ate too many paint chips when I was a kid or whatever. And you've got this really flashy looking one that's, hey, that looks awesome. And then you read the fine print and it's backed by EA, or it's EA doing it, or it's Activision doing it. You know what? I want to see that next Call of Duty title. So here's my $500. Meanwhile, this other guy over here that's actually legitimate, working in his basement, trying to get this project out, or I shouldn't make it software development, because that is so. If you're going to develop software, you shouldn't be looking for funding. Whatever. Yeah, you get crowdsource funding. Why is the price still $60 a title? But you pull money away from legitimate project to give to big corporation hiding in the weeds here. Like, I've already released a successful thing. Why do you need funding? You're capable of funding the project on your own.
There's an image, well, a part of that video where they're in, I guess they're like that studio's conference room or something, and there's probably about 25 to 30 people in it. To me, that's not something that should be on Kickstarter. Then, if you already have 20 to 30, like if you've got a conference room to begin with.
I've got
meaning you have, well, yeah, but like you've got them. It means you've got the money to.
It's got a couch in it and a TV.
It's got a couch in it. My point is if you can afford to run a building and a studio, you don't need to be on Kickstarter.
Right. I'm not going to say they shouldn't be on Kickstarter. I'm going to say that people shouldn't fund them because they probably shouldn't need it.
But that's where they're sitting at right now. Is they're sitting at, you know what? People, there is 1,118 people that have funded this that actually didn't do any research, or for whatever reason are just blindly giving away their money. And those people that are just blindly giving away your money, contact me, please. Let me take your money from you so that you don't have this problem anymore. If you're a corporation, you don't need to be on Kickstarter. Because if you're a corporation and you need to be on Kickstarter, then you should be selling shares in your corporation to get your value that way.
There's too many small facets to argue with here.
There is. It's you know what? It's a huge. Kickstarter is like a can of worms. It's like a 45-gallon drum of worms.
Yes, there you go.
It was open, and you know, at the very bottom of that 45-gallon drum of worms, there is the nugget of awesomeness that Kickstarter should have been, but the rest of it is a slimy mess. You look like you're about ready to throw up, Welshie.
Huh?
All right, moving on then. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Mad Max. Mad Max is in pre-alpha right now, and there is some new video available out there for this game for Mad Max. Now, I still don't know. I'm still thinking this is just the same title with a different wrapper. You know, another one of those post-apocalyptic type.
Rage.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's better than that. But yeah.
Ha!
This is morality.
I mean, Rage wasn't horrible, but it was
Mercy.
pretty boring.
Rage
was
was
good,
Mad
They
Max.
don't exist
Yeah.
anymore.
It was. I enjoyed it right up until the last like 10 minutes.
Glory
Yeah, until it
is
just
lost.
like ended.
It just stopped. No, it didn't end. It just stopped. There's a difference there. Because there was no ending. It just stopped.
There's nowhere.
I don't know if
Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. I want someone to tell me what's the soul of a man.
Before this, we were taught it took a hero to change things. But we never got a hero. We got him.
We need a
They
hero!
call
And it's just like a.
Was that Mel Gibson? This song does not inspire feel bad.
It's fine. It's not a Johnny Cash song. That one Johnny Cash that everybody.
Mad Max. Pre-order. Fuck
He's
you, pre-order.
Really, really mad.
Not a chance, pre-order. Issues, so we're
Okay.
going to move along. Oh,
Hello.
there's Foil again.
Yeah. Windows decided to kick my headset off for a second there, which causes all the audio to crash. All right, I'm back. Pardon
So
me.
we just watched a Mad Max trailer. Tell us what you really think.
I wasn't watching the trailer.
Especially about the audio to that trailer.
I tell you what I really think, but a court order says I probably shouldn't.
we were taught it took a hero to change things.
This is going to be
Okay,
one of
what's
those
the
titles
guess?
that I think is going to be
We got him.
hopeful and
The man they
disappointing.
call Max.
It's going to come out. It's going to be released for $60, and 3 months later, it'll be on sale for 75% off. We're listening to it again.
Yeah, I thought you couldn't hear it.
No, we could hear it.
We could hear it.
Okay. All right. Moving on to another has been. No, I don't know if that's the case. Firefly. If you guys happen to like sci-fi movies or series or whatever,
TV shows.
or TV shows, yeah, this one had a pretty good following and then got canceled. And that happened what 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that,
And now somebody has their hands on the license to turn it into a video game.
yeah.
You know,
No,
The TV series wasn't too bad.
I really like the TV series.
Mhm.
Possibly, I do wonder. It's kind of that thing of like, it wasn't on long enough to get bad.
There's positive thinking.
Well, yeah, yeah. They didn't have enough episodes to ruin it with. But really, please don't make it. Why?
It's going to hit iOS and Android.
Oh,
Oh, see, they do things like that, and The people that like
fuck.
Firefly, the series, are not going to be happy about that because that
I'm
just means
not
it's
happy
a
about that.
shit-ass little game.
Like,
Yeah.
why do you have to take? Well, I know why, because you can make money. But just leave stuff that was actually good, and people enjoyed it, and there was no kind of tarnished memories of that show. Please leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably show up on Kickstarter.
They're calling it. It's going to be called Firefly Online, so I'm not sure how that's going to work either.
Jesus.
So it's also going online.
Why?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I was going to mention something here. We've got a surprisingly odd smattering of topics. Given that the San Diego Comic-Con is on right now, there's not a lot of things that I would have expected. Usually when the San Diego Comic-Con's on, there's quite a few video game news.
I saw some stuff about Batman, Arkham Origins, but that's about it. I really haven't. But tons of comic book stuff and movies and
movie stuff, yeah, comic book movies.
Yeah,
but yeah. Usually there's more video
soon.
game stuff that blurps to the surface with that Comic-Con.
But yeah, I've not. That's the only literally Batman was the only thing, and that's got essentially comic book related. It's just like I've not seen anything.
That's just because you're like tapped into the Batman news feeds.
That is true.
What, Batman?
the stack of graphic novels and comic books to my right would agree with you.
So if you send any email to the mailbag and you want Welshie to read it, start it off with Batman.
Yeah, that's an instant attention grab. What about Batman? Who did you mention Batman?
That guy off of South Park that was in the wheelchair all the time.
Timmy. All right.
Batman! Batman!
We have a little bit of an article in there about Watch Dogs, and the point of it is that the point of the article is that Ubisoft wants to let you know that they're not going to start a game unless they think they can moneybag it, turn it into a franchise.
Unless they can drive it into the ground.
That is kind of what they're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to create this horse, and this horse is good for like one ride. But what we're going to do is we're going to ride it once, and then we're going to ride it again and again and again until you're so sick of this horse. But this horse died like 6 rides ago, but we're still going to keep riding its cold, dead corpse.
Until it's just horseshoes and remnants for the glue factory.
And then we'll blame it on piracy.
Yeah. Well, this is all in response.
We already knew this. Yeah.
They're bringing this up in response to having done well over at E3 this past year.
They did well?
They think they did. Yeah.
Well, they did better than the others.
They didn't get rotten fruit thrown at them, is what they're.
It's kind of like being in a room and everybody gets shot, but you get shot the least, so you win.
You know what? That's true, Morphus. It's sad but true. Consumers just keep buying dead horses, so they'll keep making them, a.k.a. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What are we at now? Call of Duty 43?
Yeah. The teen years.
The teenage years.
Yeah.
Fight your way through vicious hordes of mothers screaming at you to clean your room.
but isn't that just the real life around the
Mountain Dew power-ups.
Mountain Dew power-ups. Just, I have the power!
Dorito fingers. That doesn't look like Dr. Pepper. What the hell are you drinking?
I'm not ready to discuss.
It's a tab?
You lost your sponsorship.
Okay.
Fanta. They don't even make Fanta anymore.
Yes, they do actually in the States.
No, you know what? That Fanta was made in the 70s and it's
Yeah.
still been sitting on the shelves.
I'll agree. Fanta looks like it was made in the 70s and tastes like it was made in the 70s.
It was made in the 70s at one point, yeah.
You can still buy it. I bought one the other day and instantly regretted
See?
it.
You see?
Yeah.
Chab. Crystal
Okay.
Dr. Pepper. Not Dr. Pepper, Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi. Remember that?
Yeah. Mr. Pibb? I don't know that one. Tahiti Treat was good, though, since we're on the top
Tahiti
soft
Treat.
drinks.
Yeah, that was up and then just disappeared completely, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Hmm.
It was like fizzy fruit punch. Billy beer?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. God.
All right.
Yeah,
Going
there's
on.
Half-Life 3 announcement coming out tomorrow.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Apparently they had to make it because some dudes were wearing T-shirts. Caused a whole...
There is some. Actually, Valve is doing some stuff. They have a couple of things going on, such as they have this new thing called Young Developers Pipeline, where they're finding legal ways to have sweatshops. Actually, what it is they're trying to get schools and teenagers involved in making games and mods and stuff like that, so that they can hire them directly and teach them what they should know to work at Valve. Right?
Is the first thing? Do not ask about Half-Life 3 ever.
I don't know. But they want to get younger people in there, and I don't think they want to pay them, so that's what they're working on now. And then what else they're doing is they're trying to get, there was another one, which I feel like has been moved. The Standalone, Sven Co-op Half-Life. That was a mod, the Sven Co-op mod, and it's been going on for how long? For a really long time. And what happens is that Valve decided, you know what, we're going to allow you to make it available in the store. So you can... and they're also going to give them the original source code to Half-Life so that they can fully program it like crazy. Yeah, I think it's free. I think it's gonna stay free. They just have the full code, and it's going to be available through Steam. No ETA on that though. Just letting you know what's going to eventually happen.
So this, am I reading this right? This mod just makes Half-Life 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
But just play it in Gary's mod.
Can't do that. You can't call it Gary's mod, can you?
I don't know.
Because of that other Gary mod.
All right, what's Microsoft doing? Microsoft is well, actually, I don't think Microsoft is saying this at all, but they're talking about the Kinect, and they're saying that the Kinect is so complex that it costs about as much to make as the Xbox One itself.
It's a camera.
No.
It has a microphone.
Slightly bigger camera.
It's
right.
It's a camera that doesn't fit in your pocket.
It might be the same camera that they throw in the Microsoft Surface, and they just put it in a different casing.
They've got space.
So they say it costs as much to make the Kinect as it does to make the Xbox One. Which, by the way, you cannot buy an Xbox One without buying the Kinect. Isn't that an interesting little circle?
You can't turn it on, can you?
Everything about Xbox is a circle. Why don't they make an Xbox round? For when your disc actually flies apart, it's protected
an X
in a
circle?
spherical called Xbox landmine. That's odd. That didn't turn that one into a link. How come it didn't turn that one into a link?
It's too long.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then there's some news going on about Xbox One and about how they are saying that the messaging wasn't open and complete enough.
What?
What?
Apparently that statement's not open and complete enough.
Yeah, what?
What the fuck are they talking about?
They think that they're not really being open. They're not. I think they're talking about how they're not getting across to the gaming community how much gaming is going on with it.
All the rules.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah. I see.
If it's something that people really want and are excited about, we're going to make sure and find a way to bring it back.
What? Find a way to bring it back. That's okay. So this is the back. We fucked up statement.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Please buy our console. It does play games. I swear. Look, here's it burning a disc, and by burning I mean melting. It also watches TV though.
Does all the things your old Xbox 360 did. We even put the red ring back in for you.
Yeah, so what makes the article confusing is the word messaging instead of message. But they're just trying to say that we tried to tell you everything that it's going to do, and apparently we didn't tell you anything that you wanted to hear.
Yeah, and we have to remove a lot of the restrictions that we wanted to put on it because you're not going to buy our stuff. This is another classic case of Microsoft shooting themselves in the foot after they put their foot in their mouth. Do the math, you'll get the head blown off thing, but it's horrible. You've got the release of Windows 8. You've got the fiasco with the Surface and the loss of corporate money there. You've got the media sideshow that was created with the Xbox announcement, the Xbox One announcement. I don't understand what Microsoft is doing. They are destroying everything about that corporation. You know, like or love, you know, there's always the haters out there about Microsoft. But you know what? Their business systems are fantastic. The operating systems up until Windows 8, okay, every second operating system.
I think we can all agree we all just pretend Vista never happened.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just horrible. It makes zero sense. If I was a shareholder in Microsoft, I would have bailed a long time ago. It's like this writing's been on the wall, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I would have held on until I got that preview version of Windows 8. That's when I would have bailed.
But that's when it started to go south, because they did Windows 8, then the Surface, then the Office, the Office suite.
The online system. Yeah.
The Xbox One and all that announcements with that. They're not done. They're not done destroying their company. It's. I don't understand.
Maybe they're trying to recreate the whole Apple incident where they fired Steve Jobs and then bring him back. So they're going to bring back Bill Gates and everything's going to turn around again.
I don't know. I'm saying no. Yeah, everybody wants all their business up floating around in the atmosphere for everybody else to hack into, so the NSA can look at everything you're doing. Fuck that. That's another thing. I'm surprised we don't have that in your topics here, or it was there and the NSA took it out.
You know, that's nothing but a way to complain. You know, I'm not sure what to discuss. And
the way I kind of looked at that was just purely like, what, you expected they weren't doing this?
Yeah. Well, what's the difference between that and communist Russia? Nothing. Except they're not
less
shooting
vodka.
people in the streets in the States. Oh, wait, they are. It's, yeah.
Bears aren't kept as... Oh, no, wait. That's probably happens in Canada quite a lot, doesn't it?
What?
I was just trying to think of, like, what's different between... Bears aren't kept as house pets. At least 6 people a week aren't killed in tractor accidents.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Have you been in the southern states?
No, but I know. Yeah,
That is a whole bunch of hold my beer and watch this down there. Have you seen that show, Swamp People? Or Duck Dynasty? Like, come on.
Trying not to. Okay, back over to...
See, we throw current events in here for you two people.
Yep. You basically only ever need to watch one show, and it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. OUYA says that they are going to launch a second Kickstarter.
Oh, Jesus.
Again, with the Kickstarter thing. Fuck you, OUYA.
Yeah. I don't know.
They got to put an I at the beginning of that. I owe you. Yeah. I owe you, yeah.
You know, after what was discussed before, I don't even want to discuss this.
Why?
Just
why would that be? Stop giving people your money without thinking about why you might be giving your people, or you might be fuck. Is there something in my coffee? Have I been drugged? Stop giving people your money without thinking about who you're giving your money to and why.
All right, maybe instead of all these, we should move backwards and start working with Linux.
Or Ubuntu.
Oh, I can't stand that.
Ubuntu? I'm going to learn. That's the only thing I ever think of. Because nobody uses.
Well, anybody who runs a web server knows of it, because most
knows
servers...
of it but doesn't use it.
I am forced to use it via console. I don't, that's it. Because websites run the best on these Linux servers. They're the best way to go. Rather than Windows. Who wants Windows 8 problems? So what's going on here is Crytek is looking for a Linux programmer because they want to try and get their game over to Linux. And I'm sitting here wondering to myself, who's still trying to play games on their Linux box?
Isn't that what phones run on, though? That's what's going to happen.
Unix. Don't some phones run on the Unix, and that's the closest we get? Or Java, or...
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, why there's more Linux... people looking for Linux, including Valve. I feel like this is Valve's doing it, so let's also do it. Why is Valve doing it? If I were to say why Valve is doing it, I'd say it's because Valve wants to put Linux on a console and throw it under your TV.
Either that or they're going to give you the option to rent servers from the Steam store. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, then why do you need...
Why would that be cool?
Okay, I see why.
Well, because you don't have to shop around for all these different server hosting companies that are turn out to be two guys in their mother's basement.
What's going to happen with that is, again, here's a giant 45-gallon drum of worms, but you're going to pave the way for, you want to play this game that you've already paid for, you have to do it through a Steam server, which you have to pay an extra $1 to play for an hour.
Don't give them ideas.
You gave him that idea. I saw it through to the end. I saw your devilish ways through to the end.
I'm still trying to figure out what is inspiring them to move forward with Linux. Who here is like, damn it, I wish they'd make more Linux games, because then I could do something with that.
Who says that? Who says that? Somebody that's still pissed off about buying a Mac, so they're like, I know how to get those fucking PC players. Let's put everything onto Linux.
It could be everyone who bought Windows 8.
Yeah.
That's it, I'm done with Windows. I need new OS.
Yeah.
Well, there's Linux. Oh.
Here comes Linux Man to save the day.
Yeah. All right. Because who can afford Apple? Yeah, well, it turns out that there are more US gamers that use PCs rather than smartphones or tablets when it comes time for gaming.
You think? What does that mean? That means that people don't like playing games on smartphones or tablets. In fact, I don't think that things that are on smartphones or tablets should be considered a game. They're little time vampires. And they're not a game. A game is something you can get drawn into and involved in. Who can get drawn into and involved in a little fucking 3x5-inch screen? Or tablet?
But Angry Birds.
Yeah. Angry Birds is not a game.
You know, I really should preface this. The ESA put this together.
Yeah, I saw that.
The what?
The ESA put this data together.
Oh, well.
But they're trying to say that
any surveys anymore.
I know. They're saying that 68% of games are on consoles, 63% on PC, 68 and 63 and 43 and 37 and 30.
Oh, there's like
that's a lot of percentage.
Somebody didn't count properly.
I'm not exactly sure how that works.
And this is the reason I don't trust any survey, not just the ESA ones, is the fact that you can so easily manipulate, get the answers you want just by asking the right people. It's like, oh, if you went to, I don't know, GameStop or something, oh, well, 87% of the people we talked to in there were console gamers. Well, yeah. It's just, you can just it'd be like asking a bunch of old grannies, do you like rap music? No. And you might get the odd one that goes, yeah, actually I do. So, in that case, 99% of people don't like rap music.
Yeah. And that one granny's the one that was on that Adam Sandler movie. Hip, hop, hip it to the hip hip, hoppy, you don't stop.
Wow. Well, if you look into the survey, though, you do find some other interesting potential facts. It looks like the male-female split is about 55-45%, so we're almost halfway there.
To what?
Of gamers.
To female equality.
Mm-hmm.
that was the trap I was laying.
That was the trap.
It's a shame looking at the types of games playing. It looks like puzzle games, card games,
like
that kind of stuff is winning out.
See, that's what I mean. Those aren't games.
58% of Americans play video games. Should that not be 58% of Americans we asked?
Yes.
Not.
Maybe they asked all the Americans. You don't know that.
Well, they could probably get quite a lot of data from the NSA, actually, thinking about it.
It's the ESA, NSA. They're only, separated by like half a dozen letters or so.
88% of parents feel the ESRB rating system is either very or somewhat helpful in choosing games.
Uh-huh.
But the question is, of those, how many people actually use the ESRB? They might think it's helpful, but do they actually use it themselves, or do they just decide to make it, their own judgment call, regardless of what the rating is?
Yeah. Screaming kid equals gets what he wants to shut him up. Welcome to America.
I mean, that's what it should be. You should be parenting, not just assuming based on what you're told that this is how it works. I don't know.
Well, see, to understand parenting, you got to break it down into its two base English words. The first one being pa, and the second one being renting, which means beat your kids.
I was just waiting for some sort of joke there.
All right. Some more survey of stuff that you may or may not trust. Battle.
15% of parents play with their children at least monthly.
Yeah.
Play what, though? I'm assuming this is still about video games.
I'm assuming too. I don't know. That's how they worded it.
The rest of at least once a month, the parent pays some attention to their child. The rest of the time, they're sat in front of the console playing Call of Duty.
Yes, the babysitter. All right, so Battlefield 4 is out. Is starting to get some more press, and they revealed the campaign plot and character renders. And I wonder who cares about the campaign plot. Do you actually pay attention to Battlefield's plot? And at this point, does it matter what the characters look like?
No.
Couldn't they just have like a mask on them and it doesn't matter?
And then you don't have to render it.
I wonder if Battlefield's going to have a dog.
They're gonna have an attack cat.
What tactical nukes, snowmobiles, tactical cat. That's what they need.
A bat. Cat. I want a tactical bat is what I want, not a tactical cat.
Baseball bat? Or
no, like a bat.
Yeah,
you
like a
send
baseball
it out flying.
bat, like a camera on it, and yeah, scope on the baseball bat. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I no scoped the guy with my baseball bat.
No scoped.
Tactical nuke. That's funny.
All right, one more little bit of piece of geekdom here. They plan on making a new animated series where the Simpsons visit the Family Guy.
Oh dear. Is Seth MacFarlane really that pushed for ideas? Yeah, I guess he is. Because let's be honest, he's been phoning it in for a while.
How can you tell?
Have you watched a Family Guy episode lately?
I don't know. I can't watch these animated things anymore.
Saying it's already done.
Oh, it's already done, but it's not aired yet, right? Yeah, I said it was happening, but
scheduled to air in the fall of 2014.
Year. Yeah, next year. So I don't know how much it's done, but yeah. Lisa will take Meg under her wing. Stewie and Bart will fool
Thanks
around.
for all the spoilers.
Now I don't even need to watch the episode.
Were you going to?
No.
I'll probably try and watch it if they don't show too much on a commercial, and then turn it off a few minutes in. Okay. Based on that silence, I think we're all done.
I'm just reading some comments.
Yeah, sometimes if you want a good laugh, you can head over to the comments of some of these articles that we're talking about. And
worst idea ever.
So now you can
spawn a movie.
After you watch those comments, you can then head over to the Steam store and see what's on sale, right? Don't we only have is the Steam store going on tomorrow, or is it over as of today? Like, is today the last day, or
Alright.
when is it? Because I think the 22nd is the deadline, but I don't know if that's like one more sale or no more sale.
Yeah, it is the 22nd, but I don't.
I think that we'll have one more sale where everything that was previously on sale will be on sale again.
Well, if you don't
I
own
bought.
Tomb Raider,
Let's see what I
it's
bought.
$12. BioShock is on sale again for
I
30.
bought Bioshock, the
did.
new one. Let me see what I bought. I bought
The
that.
Walking
I
Dead's
bought
on sale
Remember
again. You
Me.
probably have that.
I already have that. That Remember Me. What else did I buy? Sniper Elite, I think, because that was like half price or third price or something.
Dragon's Lair is on sale now.
Dragon's Lair?
Mm-hmm. $5. Yes, the Dragon's Lair game that you think.
I already got that on the phone.
That's. Yeah,
I don't think I'd pay another $5 for nostalgia for a game that I know is just going to sit there in my library.
Yeah.
It was cool back in the day because you could play a cartoon, and the only reason I got it on an iProduct was because of nostalgia, and I'm not going to do that anymore
I might still do it
because I
I'm
don't
not
play
gonna,
it.
I'm not going to say it won't happen again.
Oh, I am. I'm saying this is not going to happen again.
Got Dead Island Riptide's on sale, but
I'm not going to play it.
No, me neither. Alan Wake is $7.50. That's decent enough. I enjoyed
Alan Wake. Alan Wake.
Is that the theme song? I didn't play
that. No.
it.
That's Adam West's theme song.
I know. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff way down there from last week that we didn't talk about.
No, that's.
There it is.
We talked about it.
Did we?
You went,
We
yeah.
Why is
talked
it still
about
here then?
You didn't. Because I needed to keep it there so I could post it on the website.
That's all you guys talked about in an hour?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fuck, you guys are boring. It was like only 7 topics. We covered like a shitload here, and you covered 7 topics.
Yeah, well, we had a lot to say.
Plus, Breezy was here, so that always adds like 4 hours.
Breezy doesn't say anything. Nice try.
Yeah, but I have to look at him for more than 20 seconds. It's like seeing a baby with earrings. It's like you just don't want to look, but you just can't help just stare at it.
I can't wait until we start seeing babies with nose rings, because it's going to happen.
Oh God.
Okay, why is this suddenly a thing that you're talking about? Where did this come
Because it's
from?
like
Babies
one of those
and-
things that you look at, you see, but it's horrible. But at the same time, you just can't look away.
Especially when they put like those big hoops in their little tiny ears, so that it looks like tractor tires on each side of their head.
Where are you seeing this? I'm not seeing this happen. No.
You've never seen like babies with pierced ears?
Nope.
I work in Surrey. I see
Then
it every
again,
day.
I don't hang around with babies, so I don't know.
Hey, well, I don't. That's not,
Now, I could make a comment there too, but I don't think I should.
I've got several jokes, but that's
All right, I guess I'll wrap it up on that before it goes out of hand. I'm gonna say, you guys have anything else you want to bring up before I close it? Baby hater.
Don't smoke crack.
I don't know. If you want to, you probably shouldn't. But
Are you promoting crack smoking?
no, I'm just saying. It's your decision. Not mine.
Uh-huh. So apparently, if you want to smoke crack, it's a free world.
Just worst after-school special ever created.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
Not if
smoke
you
crack,
want to.
boys and girls, unless you really want to. Then
I mean,
talk to this guy around the corner here, because he's got the best shit. Fuck.
All right. I want to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much, Welshie, for joining us.
no problem.
And Strider, thank you very much for joining us.
It's always an adventure.
And unfortunately, I really don't have any special closing video, so
What?
might as well just leave now.
Just leave now.
Just leave now. Yeah. So anyway, finally, I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com, and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making the show possible. We'll be back again next week with some more topics. Something else to talk about. Yeah. Adios. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. I really don't have anything.
Oh, so this is the end?
That's it. That's the end.
All right.
This is where
That's
we
a
finish
fine
it.
Gonna end like that.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Just gonna smoke a cigarette and leave.
Smoke them if you got them.
Just fade to black, kind of thing. Yeah, that's the end. All right. Bye, everybody.